Patrick, Gary, and SpongeBob, Squidward, and the Flying Dutchman, and there must be a new character right there. And of course, Mr. Krabs. Cool. Wow, a deer just a few days before Christmas. It's not a reindeer, but that's still pretty cool. Merry Christmas, Miss Doe. Hey everybody, it's me, Jeff Acosta. Hey, how you guys all doing? Well, welcome to another video. And hey, before I go on, don't forget to subscribe. And if you know anybody who has Asperger syndrome, autism, or any kind of special condition and they need some type of inspiration, please tell them about my YouTube channel, professional Facebook page, and Instagram of the same name, Meat Writer Jeff Acosta. And as always, I am called Meat Writer Jeff Acosta because I have my own online children's book series I've copyrighted, written, and illustrated for almost 20 years. Even though I have not been professionally published yet, it's really exciting. I can share my books on my professional Facebook page, where you can go onto where you can read them and see the illustrations by just clicking on the pictures link, and then you go to the albums, and then when you select any book. You start with the very first illustration, which is the title, and then go from there, and then you get to also read the books. Well, as you can see, this is what's going on. I am taking the train on Christmas Eve, and even though it was kind of a last minute thing, because you know the weather can be very unpredictable when it comes to seeing my parents in the mountains. Oh, sorry, it's just the conductor, but pretty soon I'm going to be taking the ticket. Because the weather's so unpredictable when it comes to going to visit my mom, my stepdad in Reno, this was the only thing available. But hey, the way I see it is like, why not? This is a great chance to do a video, because how often do I get to ride in a roomette? So this will be this is going to be an incredible adventure. And as you can see, I got to like do a little bit for Christmas Eve, like seeing my best buddy and one of my closest friend. Get to be with Jax and see Dad for breakfast. It was great. All right, let's get this adventure going, because we're on our way. We're on our way to Reno on Christmas Eve. Well, so far we're off to a great start. I mean, we're still in the Roseville area, but it's been a great trip so far. And hey, oh my gosh, boy, am I glad I didn't pick up any takeout or anything, like a sandwich or anything for the train, because I did not know this, but I actually get a lunch because of my roomette. So wow, I get a meal as well on the dining car. That's that's exciting. That's incredible. As you can hear, I'm all like just happy inside. Maybe it's also because like at the cafe that my dad and I went to, I had 3 cups of coffee. Just because of the rain that we had during the night, I had a little trouble sleeping, but it's okay. You know, one thing about the winter weather, it really can make you feel a little like sleepy or even have trouble sleeping. But that's really exciting. I got this. That's really cool. So let's just see how it goes when it comes to lunch. And then they call me on my number and everything. All right, let's get this journey going, as I said. I believe this is the Rockland Loomis area. Not quite sure. Yeah, it's just a bunch of farm. Oh, there goes a gentleman, and I hope he's okay with that steep hill. Something I did forget to mention about this video. When it comes to coming home from visiting my family after Christmas, I'm actually going to be I will be taking the train back, but I should be riding on on just a regular coach seat. So this roomette thing is only a one-way thing, and like I said, it might be a one-time opportunity. So that's why I'm taking the time to record all this and take pictures as well with live photos as well. My camera was kind of acting up like when I saw my best buddy and my closest friend, but at least I was able to figure out I just need to restart it. But maybe also because since I do all my videos and everything from my phone, that it might be getting old. And hey, look at that! Oh, I hope you saw it. But they look like some sheep and some goats and a donkey. But anyways, so yeah, I just want to let you know that's what's gonna happen when I come home, like after celebrating Christmas with my family. All right, well. We still got a ways to go, but let's just see what the adventure brings us, especially if there's going to be any snow in the mountains, and what it's like with lunch. And actually with lunch, I'm kind of curious to see, like, even though I got a reservation, I'm wondering if I might still have to pay for it, but we'll find out soon. One way or another, it's really awesome that I get a reservation, so I'm going to definitely take advantage of it. Something also I've noticed is I realized that this roomette also has a little bed in it. So even though I'm probably not going to need it, let me just pull it down for a moment just to see what it looks like, because who knows the next time I'll be in one of these. Ooh, this is a little tricky. This really is tricky. I'm trying to do it with one hand. How does this work? Let's see. I think. Oh, there we go. There we are. Let's see what this is like. There we are. Okay. Well, even though I'm not going to use this is pretty cool. So this would definitely be like if I was on a long train ride, like, if I was to go to the end of the line, which is Chicago, Illinois, on the California Zephyr. That's pretty cool. Wow. Oh, I almost wish I could use this thing but I'm not going that far. I'm only just going for like 4 hours from where I live to see my family. But that's still really neat. Maybe someday I'll take a roommate again. I have to take a bit of a longer trip. I mean, maybe someday, and I know I've been saying this, I do want to return to Ashland, Oregon for the Shakespeare Festival, and the only way to get there is to take the train. So you never know. Let's see if that trip ever happens and if I have to do this. But for right now, this is cool. At least I realized this before it was too late. All right, so as you can see, we're coming to one of our first stops, at least for my end of this trip, or my part on this trip, is Colfax, California. And I remember a couple years ago coming out here with an old friend of mine who I'm still in touch with when she and her children and grandchildren were some of my regulars at Target. So this was a great day to see her again. Wish I could have seen the family with her that took a couple years ago, but it was just great to see her. And I know we'll all get together at some point when the next time I'm in Sacramento. But yeah, they had a little emergency stick there on the window. But yeah, or stick or sorry, I keep forgetting what this part of the window is called. Sorry, like a panel or something. But yeah, like Colfax is a nice little town. I mean, you can only see it from the best I can from this angle, but it's really beautiful. I mean, I'll probably turn the video around just to get something else. It's also just because I'm charging my phone at the same time. Like I said, I like to make my videos and take live photos with my phone. Maybe someday I'll invest in a good camera, but for right now, I'm glad at least I could do this with my phone. Yeah, so as you can see, there's the town. I remember my old friend and I when we walked on the main street right over there, and then over there is the old train station right there is now I believe it's the museum, or it might even be on the opposite side of the train tracks of where we are currently at the moment. But it was a nice little town, and I can't see if it's still here, but we both went to this nice Mexican restaurant for lunch over there. It was good Mexican food. Especially for a small farm town. I always keep forgetting if that's what Colfax is, but it's just really a beautiful town. And it looks like it doesn't look like 2025 out here. It looks more like it's still like the 1960s or something like that, which I love. I like these rural towns. So that's Colfax, California right there. So pretty soon we'll be on our way, and then I'm still waiting to hear about my call for the dining car. All right, as you can see, I decided to just get out of my room for a moment just to stretch a bit. That's pretty cool. The fog in the valley right there. Look at that. That's beautiful. I'm sure some people are probably going to be wondering, even though there's nobody here at the moment in this little area, like, what's he doing? But I'm like, what? It's just fun just to record all this for a YouTube video. Just look at that. It's just I swear that fog is almost like something out of magic. Look at that. Look at that. That is cool. This is one of the best Amtrak rides I've ever had, I feel. Okay, so we're about an hour and a half into the trip. I had to quickly run over to the dining car because I thought for a moment that they were calling me. Like, I thought maybe I missed it because mine, where it says seating time, it just gives me a number instead of the actual time itself. So I was thinking, okay, was that me that they were calling the whole time? But as it turns out, no. So it was correct. They were going to call my number instead of that. So I guess it can kind of be an understanding if it's a bit confusing, especially if it has a number in the place where it says seating time. So I'm just glad at least I haven't missed anything yet at the cafe. The dining car. The cafe and the dining car are two different locations on the train. But this has still been a great trip, especially for Christmas Eve. Beautiful scenery. It is raining, at least from what it looks like from even though we're going fast. It's been really wonderful. Like I said, even though I've always had comfortable train rides, I think this is one of the best, especially since it feels like it's so private, especially because I can have a little time to myself and just chill. And I'm sure some people probably can hear me and like they're thinking like, well, what is this guy doing? And it's like, little do they know that they're in the presence of a YouTuber, and hopefully it'll be potential of maybe like, you know, making it big with one day with my videos, just like I hope to make it big one day with my children's books. Oh, and that's actually something I forgot to mention as well. Like when I make this video or produce it and release it onto YouTube, whatever my family and I end up doing, because it sounds like we might do an activity, whether like I think I heard we might either go to Lake Tahoe or we might go to a show or just something else, whatever it is. If we end up doing something really special, I'm just going to include it in this video, because while I do love making my videos for my YouTube channel, they do take up a bit of time, and I definitely want to be sure I still have enough time to finish my children's book series, especially since I am so close to finishing up, and I have part 6 to work on, and book 200, which is going to be a very special video coming up special book coming up pretty soon. Sorry, I got distracted. Like when I was looking out there, it was like, I hope I caught that little look like a cabin or something like that. Yeah, so, but still, I love making my videos just as much as I love making my children's books. Oh, I bet you that's the other California Zephyr, the one I'll be having to take back home like after Christmas. Yeah, I only caught a little bit of it, but that was pretty cool, at least catch that. I tell you, the more I'm being in this roomette, I'm starting to realize more things. So right there, I mean, obviously I already saw these coat hooks, so I put my jacket on there, you know, and everything. But I also realized, I was wondering, what is this latch right here? And then I open it, and then by golly, it looks like it's like a little compartment for like, you know, like suits. Yeah, there's a rack right there, and just, you know, maybe for some space. And then also looks like there are some towels too, if I were to ever shower. So wow, this is pretty cool. This is like really exciting. That's just really cool. Oh, and before I forget, I just thought I'd also show a few other things in case you guys ever take a roomette yourself. So here's on the opposite seat. So we got the light right there. Whoop, that is bright. And then of course, it does look like that this is the only outlet I've seen so far, you know, for like phones and charging stuff, but that's okay. And then also there's for like the thermostat, which is up there. So that's really cool. Let's see what else. What else do I want to be sure I don't forget to show you in this video? Okay, so there's a little light right here, and you can just turn that on, and I've just been leaving that on. And then also I realized recently on my side, so obviously I had the light here on my end too, and then also we got the attendant call button, but I'm not going to push that for obvious reasons. And then here I was wondering like how you turn the lights up just in case you want to sleep, and it's right there. Yeah, look at that. And then just turn that off, and then boom, it's just nice and dark again. So, but I'll turn it back on now because I want some light. But that's pretty cool to learn. All right, there we go. And then let's see. And then we got a couple of like armrests, and I'm assuming that this is also for also putting stuff down on too. And then we do have the recliners under there, so that's pretty cool. The little table right here, and also the little spot for trash. So this is almost like the, as Bugs Bunny would put it, the life of Riley.
What's up, Doc?
Cool. Oh my gosh, we're approaching the mountains. Look, it's snowing. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Even though we can't really see much of it right here, you know, on the ground, this is pretty cool. Or you know what, maybe it's also hail, but it's gotta be snow because of how soft it all looks. That's all right, we're approaching the mountains. We still got a ways to go to get to Reno, but this is great.
Your tables are ready for lunch. Please make your way to the diner.
All right, it's time to go to the dining car. Let's go get something to eat. And then it'll be interesting to see if I already paid for this or if I still have to pay. But one way or another, this will be great to see. And I can't wait. And still, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at all that snow. All right, let's go to the dining car. All right, well, we're about to arrive in Truckee, California. One of my basically one of the second to last stop, basically. Well, that took me a moment to say. I guess I'm a little tired, but yeah, second to last stop before I get off in Reno. Well, I just thought I'd say, so it was incredible. So I didn't have to pay for the meal. It was already covered in this roomette. So that was
stop coming up. It's Truckee, California. This is your final destination. Please come downstairs to start getting ready to exit train. Truckee is just a very quick fresh air break. This is, a very quick stop for passengers. This is not a fresh air break. Once again, this is not a fresh air break. Next stop in about an hour is Reno, Nevada. That will be a fresh air break in an hour in Reno. This is Truckee, California. So this is your final destination. Come downstairs to start getting ready to exit the train. If this is not your final destination, please stay seated in your room. We got passengers getting on and off. It's going to be pretty busy at the stop, so please do me a favor, just stay seated in your rooms. This is not the fresh air break. Reno in 1 hour will be. Thank you.
All right, well, there you heard it right there. So got about an hour to go until I get to Reno. But anyways, it was just awesome. So my meal was actually covered in the roomette itself. I mean, hey, even those bottles of water, even though I have my own water with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Truckee. We're going to make 3 stops. First 2 stop is sleepers. Third stop is for passengers of the coaches. We have a lot of people getting off in Truckee in the coaches. Please watch your step. Once again, we'll make 3 stops. First 2 stops are sleepers.
Every time I'm trying to talk, they talk.
Our last stop is coaches, and this is only for passengers that are ticketed for Truckee. Please do not get off unless it's your station stop.
Okay, hopefully now I get a chance to finish. But that was awesome. So I think it was worth it, though. Just that was included. I did, though, give a $5 tip. Just to show my appreciation. And I think the waitress who waited on us, I think she was the same one who waited on my aunt and uncle and I when we had to make that difficult trip earlier this year, just to see my grandma before she passed on. So that was awesome to see her again. And also, I met a wonderful family. I don't see anything wrong with sharing this, but a gentleman of Chinese descent and a woman of Scandinavian and their son who was coming back from studying abroad in South Korea through college, and then they met up in Pacific Grove, and then they were enjoying their Christmas vacation on the train ride, and then over to Denver, and then they're going to head back home to Wisconsin. So it was a great lunch. I got to meet them, and best of wishes to their son, like I told them already. And if they're watching this video, even though I may never get to see you guys again, I really appreciate it. It was a wonderful luncheon. I admit sometimes feels a little weird, like when I'm sitting with people I don't know, but I'm glad at least we all got to meet. So it was great. So thank you all so much. Hopefully that the family, the husband and wife and their son, are watching this video. So thank you. All right, so you heard it right there. We'll be in Reno in about an hour, and look how beautiful it is. You got a little bit of the melted snow on the window, but that's awesome and good. No more interruptions on the announcements. All right, well, we're going to be arriving in Reno pretty soon, so I think this is where I'm going to be ending at least this part of the video. I'm not going to do the don't forget to subscribe and everything until I get back home after having a wonderful Christmas with my family, just because I want to just see how things go for this Christmas and see what we got in store. But this has been a great experience, and the fact that a meal is covered, and also those bottles of water I showed earlier. Those bottles of water, sorry, that sounded a bit weird. And also I got just once again, the meal was counted within the roomette at the dining car. So maybe someday I'll do this again. But this was a great first time experience. It's really exciting. I really did. It was just a wonderful experience. It was just really, once again, just like Bugs Bunny has said in some of the Looney Tunes, this is the life of Riley, basically. It's awesome. All right, everybody. Well, I'm gonna soon have to start getting my stuff together and then get ready to get off in Reno. But before we end this video, before I get back home, and wow, geez, that's one thing about working with the phone, is just the exposure changes, and the lighting and everything. But anyways, all right. So it'll be great to have Christmas, especially since it's Christmas Eve with my family. See what we got in store tonight. And I think Mom said we're watching It's a Wonderful Life, which is perfect, especially after some of the crazy stuff that's happened this year, especially because I think we all experienced something crazy this year. But But this is awesome. So all right, well everybody, let's get to Reno and then enjoy Christmas, and then there's a little bit of Kwanzaa in this video, and then just and then once I get home and see what, or even just before I go home, and like if we end up doing anything, and then just right before I release my New Year's compilation. All right, let's check it out. And if I forget to say it at the time of this, even though the video will be produced after the holidays, so Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa. And of course, when I say it in my New Year's compilation, Happy New Year. Oh my gosh, one more thing before I end this video, like on the Roomette. I didn't notice this, but it makes sense. I can't believe I was so excited I didn't notice this nightlight. Look at this. And look, I'm gonna flick it in a moment, and then it should be, you should kind of see it. There it is. Look at that. Man, more things I keep discovering in these Roomettes. I wonder if there's something I'm missing in here, but for right now, this is great. All right. We're a little delayed, but we're finally on our way home. This is awesome. This was a great Christmas, and it was really exciting what I got to do on Christmas Eve with the Roomette. I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. So thank you for watching, and hey, don't forget to subscribe. And if you know anybody who has Asperger syndrome, autism, or any kind of special condition that needs some type of inspiration, please tell them about my YouTube channel, Professional Facebook page, and Instagram with the same name, Meet Writer Jeff Acosta. And once again, I'm called Meet Writer Jeff Acosta because I have my own online children's book series. I have copyrighted, written, and illustrated for almost 20 years. Still hold hopes of being professionally published one day, but it will happen in God's good time. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I'll be getting home pretty soon to see Jackson. Probably one of my last pictures and videos to take of him just before I release my New Year's compilation. I can't believe it's that time of year again. All right, everybody. Well, once again, don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next video. Hope you had a great holiday and Happy New Year.